Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some more Final Fantasy 16. So let's just hop right in and continue the game. Honestly, I can't remember where I left off last time. Honestly, I can't. Wait, I have to go to Phoenix Gate, judging by, what it says in the top right-hand corner. So yeah. Let's just go ahead and just, I guess, move on through to get to Phoenix Gate. Um, You know what? I've been practicing a lot of voices that I could manage to do.
So, Sir Elwyn.
Honestly, the only one I could really never manage is accents. Mostly because the only you need, like, I feel like you need more, like, to know more languages than just your first language. Um, to do that, I never learned anything past English, and even then, I can barely speak my own first language. I can barely do that sometimes. You
By
know?
the flames.
So I can,
You're his
let
first
alone I can do other
Lord
languages,
Rosfield.
you know?
You're mistaken. Oh, you can't fool me, my lord. You're the very image of your father. And that would be true even if you weren't wearing his clothes. The self-same garments Hannah was keeping for you, if I'm not
Honestly,
mistaken.
Clive and his
Always
dad do
swore
share a
that you would
lot of
never part with
similarities in
them
appearance,
until
but
the
they
day
couldn't,
Elwyn's
but
sons
outside of, like,
returned.
maybe hair
And
color
now that
and
day
maybe
has
facial
come.
hair, they couldn't
Why,
look
you'll be
any
able to
different,
take your
you
bearers
know?
back as well.
Like, it's so stupid. They,
My
they don't
bearers.
even look anything alike past, like, hair color, maybe, and skin tone, and obvious, maybe a little bit of the facial structure, but that's about it.
Forgive me, Master Mayor. I was a child when last I came to Eastpool. I didn't recognize you.
Oh, I'd be surprised if you recognized anything at all. Much has changed since Rosaria fell to the Empire. Not least for the bearers, who once served her noble families.
Alright, am I gonna get to go to Phoenix Gate? Like, Jesus Christ,
The
at least let
Ironclad
me go to
sacked
Phoenix Gate
Rosslyn
like I
30
initially
years back.
intended.
Many who
Like,
lost their
Jesus
masters fled
Christ.
here in search of
At least let
sanctuary.
me do
And
something
never
to actually
returned.
progress the game.
Aye. The
I
plan
don't care
was
about
to send
side
them
quest
home
content.
once
I
we'd won
don't
back the
care if I'm
capital.
being honest.
But then the
Because the only thing I
Imperials
really care about is
arrived.
just finishing the game,
Rosaria
and
became a
the only
province
side
of
quest I
some
really
rank.
care
The
about
duchy was dissolved, and
is the
they
one
no
where I get the
longer had
mount.
any home
Mostly
to
because that
return to.
allows me to speed up. You know?
Back in
Um,
your father's day,
and
any
it's mostly due
bearer
to the
who
fact
lost
that
their
the
master became
walking
a
speed
ward of the
is
duchy.
usually
We'd hand
very
them over to
slow
the sheriffs,
without,
and they'd be
the Phoenix
assigned a
shift.
new position.
So yeah.
But when we saw how the Empire treated their branded, we knew that wasn't an option. So they've been here ever since.
And now you want to give them to me.
They're yours by right, Lord Rosfield. Bequeathed you by your late father. And they'd be better off serving you than hiding here. Indeed, many of them used to serve your house, and still considered the Rosfields their masters.
I'm no one's master. Not anymore. They wouldn't be safe.
Yeah, it might not be the best of looks for me if I become a borderline slave owner.
You'll forgive no
Especially
offense
due
for
to
letting you
my
loose.
racist
Been
heritage
daydreaming
in
for too long.
America.
But still,
Yeah,
I
I'm
would ask
white,
a
if you
favor
couldn't
of you.
tell.
A small mercy.
So being a slave owner while being a
If it is
white
within my
dude
power.
in
One
any
of the
shape of the
bearers is an
word,
elderly family
not
who
the
still
best of
displays
looks for
absolute
me.
loyalty to Archduke
You
Edward.
know?
I don't ask that you take him into your service, only that you meet with him. Let him see that Elwyn's son still lives, and that he's as fine a man as his father ever was.
Yeah, like, being
It would be an
essentially
honor.
what is a slave
Thank
owner,
you, my
that
lord.
is by far
He
one of
sits
the
by the
worst
well
looks I could
most days,
possibly
watching the
have.
people go about their business.
Even if it's
You
just in
could
a
show him
game,
your
you
face.
know?
I would be most
Considering
grateful.
I'm white, like I've already mentioned. Owning slaves, that would just make me look like about as racist as you can possibly get if I
Sworn
willingly
element, my
opened up
father.
Like if I
You're not so very
willingly
different,
got
you know.
slaves to any
Especially
degree,
dressed like that.
you know,
Come on.
like that would
Let's go
just
and
make
meet
me
that
look
bearer.
so horrible, if I'm being honest. Uh, Either way, let's go over to the windmill.
He's not here.
Well, I can't leave without meeting him. I've let the mayor down once already. It would be cruel to disappoint him again.
Right, let's ask around. Someone must have seen him.
All right. Let's just see where I can go from here.
Good day, milady.
Honestly,
What
I
can
don't.
do for you?
I just want to move on
looking
with
for
the
a
rest of the
bearer.
game. I don't
An
care about this
elderly fellow who
branded
used to
side
serve the
content.
Rosfields. Have you
You
seen
know,
him?
because all it's really
Ah,
done
that old
is just
bean.
shoved into the plot
No,
for the
no
most
sign of him
part.
today.
Like, yeah,
Hey,
there are
he's
some
usually down
elements
by
that
the
are
well at
actively
this
shoved
hour,
into the plot, like
cooking up
with,
his
I believe
fantasy
some of the
feasts.
people in the hideout
I'm sorry.
were branded.
Oh, he
Uh,
worked in the kitchens at
but
Rosalith
even then,
Castle back in the day.
none of them,
Still
like,
thinks he's
other than
very
like a
narrow.
select few here and
But I
there, are
forgive the
even
poor
that
fool
important.
chiding away to the
You know?
Archduke. Living in a
So
dream
I
he
just
is.
don't see the point of
But better there
actively
than here,
trying
I
to
suppose.
diverge you from the
Can't
plot and
imagine
the
the
main
Vice
story of
Regent
the
stopping to
game
trade
to
tales
try and
with
make
a
you care about
bearer.
the branded
Can
so
you?
heavily
No.
whenever it actively
Anyway,
slows down the plot
you'll be
just
around
for
here somewhere.
just actively
Lucky
just
I shouldn't
slowing down
have
the
to stray
plot,
too far.
to put it
Thank
simply.
you.
You
We'll
know,
keep looking.
like that's the main issue I have with the branded sideline is that it's only there to just buy out time. You know, that's the only reason it's even here.
Well now,
Like in general.
unfamiliar faces. What brings you to Eastpool, travellers?
We're looking for an elderly bearer. You wouldn't happen to
Like
have seen him, would
honestly,
you?
I don't
Ah,
like.
you
Don't get me
mean
wrong.
the old boy who
Some of the
always waits
branded
very well.
characters I really do
Yes, that's
like.
him.
Um,
But,
that you
what
actively
business
do
do you
get to
have with
meet
him,
throughout the
if you don't
story.
mind me asking?
It's just
You're
that
not from the
a
capital
lot
too,
of the
are you?
branded content
We are,
featured throughout the
in a way.
game,
Well then, it's a
it's
pleasure to meet
just
a
so
fellow
needless,
Rosalithian.
and I think
I
that the
was
game
born
would
and
have been
raised
so
down
much
Market
better if
Street.
a lot of that
Never would have
branded
left if
content that
Archduke
was
Elwyn
forced
had
upon
survived the
you
fire.
was just cut out
It wasn't the same
entirely.
when the Duchess
Because a
took
lot of
over
it is
them.
just meant to
The
draw out
beatings, the
playtime.
evictions.
That's all it was
The
really
levies going
added
up and
for.
up, even as the blight took half the harvest.
Like this quest line, for
Oh, listen
example.
to me.
I
I'll
was
tell you
heading
what
to
you already
Pheonix
know.
Gate.
I'm sorry.
Then randomly the
I'm
mayor
afraid I
just
can't
showed
help you
up
with your
out of
bearer, eh?
nowhere talking
I doubt
about
you'd have
going
gone
to
far.
meet these
He
branded.
comes here every
That's
day.
exactly the kind of
Almost as if
issue
he's
I
waiting for
have with this
something.
game.
We'll keep
Like,
asking around then. Thank you.
like it just actively diverges the plot for no reason. Actively distracting you from the plot just to actively draw
Hold
out
on a
more
mo.
playtime. That is
Patrick the
easily
Copper-keeper
the
might know
one
where
thing
the
I
bearer
really
is.
hate about
He's
this game
taken
is
the
that
old boy
a
under
lot
his
of it
wing,
is
so to
just
speak.
filler.
You should go and have a word with
Especially
him.
the stuff with
He'll
the
be in the
branded
stables.
content.
Patrick the chocolate keeper.
Like I know
Thank you.
Clive is
We
branded.
will.
I know he is. Um, but he's pretty much one of the only
I'm
few
sorry, Jill.
actually important branded throughout the actual
Making you
story.
do all this in my stead.
That
It
for
can't be
any of them that
helped if we're to
actually
keep
hold
up the
relevance.
Come on,
Um,
let's head for the stables.
and that's easily the biggest issue I have with the pacing of this game. Is that it just mostly just forces quest lines that weren't really ever feeling like they were important, and just force them upon you just to draw out playtime.
Bloody hell's
That's
he
all
up
that's
to?
really going on here. Like, the stuff with
Excuse me,
Martha,
is
the stuff
something
with the
the
mayor, and some other stuff
It's this
too.
bearer I've been minding. I take my eyes off him for 1 minute and he disappears. He's not in his usual spot by the well, nor anywhere else in the village.
You must be Patrick.
I am, but
And this bearer you're looking for, he's an elderly man who used to work in the Rosalith Castle kitchens, yes?
that's the fella. How do you know all this? I've never seen you in Eastpool before, but you seem to know the place better than I do myself.
Alright, let's just see what I can do. I gotta find that old guy. So let's just see what I can do. I don't know what really all I
so
can
that's
do
how it is.
to find them.
Well then,
I don't
if
really
you're acting
remember
under
much
orders
about
of the
much of the
mayor, You're on
extra
about to help me find him.
quest lines
He's been
like
losing
this
what little
one.
sense he had left of late,
So yeah,
saying the sheriffs are coming to collect him,
um,
and that he needs to go
I think
back
that
to the castle.
I have to
I
fight
was
some
supposed to watch
Imperials.
over
I
him,
think,
keep him out of
if
trouble.
I'm remembering
But if he's
correctly.
walked out on us,
So
there's not a lot
yeah.
I can do.
Understood. You keep searching here. We'll look for him outside.
Thank you. I'm in your debt.
All right, let's just try and move in to see what I can do.
I hope he hasn't wandered into
Honestly,
trouble.
I just
Just
really wish that
concentrate
this
on
game
finding him.
had better pacing. It would have been so much better if it actually had better pacing. You know? Like, the game would have outright just been so much better at that point if the pacing was actually handled well. You know? And honestly, I think that this game would have been more favorable in the public's eye if they actively tried to work on the pacing. If Square Enix actually tried working on the pacing for this game, easily would have been a lot better, in my opinion, especially in public
Think up
reception.
now, my darling.
You know, like, there's no doubt about it. The game would have easily been far more favorable. And honestly, I feel like that's what drags down a lot of games, and, same with shows and movies anymore. It's just pacing issues. Like, I feel like so many movies, shows, anime, games, and stuff like that would have been so much better if they actually put in time to work on pacing and stuff.
There's someone over there.
You know? Like,
It
that's
might be him.
easily the one thing I feel
We
like
should hurry.
needs to be taken more. Like, out of everything, I
Come
feel like
We can't lead them to the
pacing
old
is the
man.
one
Leave
thing
them
that
to die.
actively needs
Agreed.
time to work on to get just right. Before you actually start writing a series or game or whatever you're working on. I feel like that's the one thing you need to work on first. Before actively trying to work on anything. Whether it be a project for school, a show, like anything. I feel like that should be the first thing you should think of to work on. So yeah, let's just see what I can do here. Alright, let's just see what I can do. Alright, I just really want to finish up this quest line so I can get back to Pheonix Gate. Back where it all started. Alright, I just really want to finish up this fight already. Oh yeah, keep in mind, Jill, I'm pretty sure she's the icon for Shiva, which is a name you might recognize from other Final Fantasy games. So yeah.
Are you all right, my friend? Come on. Let's go home.
Your Grace, you came for me. I waited for you so long, but you finally came.
I'm not
Senile.
Clive.
Yes.
Alright, I admit, that was really rude of me to say. That was really
Your
rude.
Grace, I prayed to the founder that you would come.
Yeah, I just feel
Long
horrible
last,
for calling
he
that old guy
answered.
senile.
Will we be returning to the castle then?
Yeah, I
There's still a
regret
place
that
for me in the
instantly.
kitchens.
I immediately take back my words
We
on
will not
calling
be
him
returning to the
senile.
castle, not yet. I'm on a very important expedition. One which may take some time. Could you wait for me in Eastpool until my journey is complete? I will come back for you then. I promise.
Of course, Your Grace. For you, I would gladly wait until my
Alright, let's
dying
just see what I
day.
can do. You know what, real quick, I'm gonna pause the recording, after this loading screen, uh, just to get some stuff done off camera. So, yeah. Alright, I'm back. Let's just see what I can do from
Thank
here
you,
on out.
both of you.
Um,
You've been most kind.
honestly,
The memory of
I just feel
serving
like
late
a lot of the
Archduke
quest
was as
lines
one
throughout this
light
game
in
that
the
are forced
darkness.
on you,
And now that
it would have
light
been just
burns
making
ever more.
it would have just made the game a lot
It's
better
nothing but a fantasy,
to
of
actually just
course,
cut them out in
but it's
general,
better than the
or
truth
just
of
make
the
them,
matter.
optional
A damn
side
sight
quest
better.
and side content. You know, like it would have been so much better at that
Blight is on
point.
our doorstep.
You know,
Our harvests are
uh,
failing. The people are leaving in droves.
but yeah, let's just see what I
If it
can
weren't
do.
for Lady Hannah selling half her worldly goods to provide for the few of us who stayed behind, we would long since have starved. We want to keep the bearers safe here, we really do. But unless a miracle happens, we won't be able to spare a crust of bread to share between them soon enough.
Is it really that bad?
So bad, I even petitioned the Imperial garrison to take them. But when they found out where they'd come from, they damn near spat in our faces. Ducal dogs, they called them. Enemies of the Empire.
I know a man named Sid, who would gladly give a home to any bearer in need of one. Leave this with me. As soon as I return from Phoenix Gate, I'll speak with him.
Thank you, my lord. Will you be passing through Eastpool on your way back? I should very much like to speak with you again, if you have the time, regarding the future of the village.
You know what?
What might be done
I've
for
seen
Lady
some
Hannah?
discourse
After
recently
all,
about
she's done for
PlayStation,
us.
with some
Yes, of
price
course.
stuff. Honestly, I think it's stupid to,
I'll be back
you
anon.
know,
Fare you
like with
well, my lord, my
particularly the
lady.
discount
I
changes.
wish you a
I think
safe
that part's
journey.
stupid. You know, if you pay more, then you'll have to pay more. Like if you get more games, then you'll have to pay more. Like you'll get lower discounts. Um, and if you get less games, you have to pay less on the discounts. I think that's just an outright stupid function. Um, but honestly, I in a way I feel like it's kind of overblown because yeah, it does need to be talked about, but to the degree that people
The
are
Deadlands are
talking
a
about it
grenade.
too,
I didn't realize
uh,
they were this close.
it's
No
just
one
like
ever
they're
grows a
just
feeling.
acting like it's the end of the
Blight
world.
is leaching the ether
You
from the
know,
soil. And when the last drop is drained,
like
that
I do
feels will
agree
turn to
that
this.
on the part that it is stupid to
No plants,
implement such a
no
big
animals,
and nasty
no
change.
life.
I do
And no
agree with that.
monsters. I
But
suppose that's
acting
one
like it's
small
the end of the
mercy.
world just to pay like a little bit more
We
for
won't be able to use
games,
any magic here.
um,
Another
it's
thing to
just
worry
outright
about.
stupidity
As
in
if
my
the absence of
opinion.
ether didn't cause enough problems.
So yeah.
Take away the lad's life force,
Um,
and problems are
let's
all
just
that's
try and
left.
get to Phoenix Gate already though. Um, yeah, I don't know how long this video
I
is
can hardly
gonna,
imagine what this place used to
be.
look
I
like before the
really
Blight
don't
took it.
know.
I remember.
Um, but yeah.
It was beautiful.
Let's just see what I can do. Yeah, I'm already like 50 meters away. Uh, alright. Turns out I don't have to do much traveling. It's just that it is a bit of a slog sometimes to travel from point A to point B in this game.
There
It
it
is a
is.
bit of a slog.
Phoenix Gate.
Um, so yeah.
Where it all went wrong.
Come on, Clive. It's time to discover the truth.
Alright. Let's head back to Phoenix Gate. Uh, honestly, I don't remember what I have to do here. I don't remember a lot of the early game stuff. I do remember a lot of the late game stuff. I do remember that. Uh, it's just that the early game stuff, it's not as memorable as the late game stuff. So yeah. Uh, let's just see what I can do. Oh wait, I almost forgot to give Torgal his belly rubs this video. I feel horrible for that one. I gotta give Torgal his belly rubs. There's no way I'm ending this video without giving him his belly rubs. Torgal is best boy. I'm not letting him go without his precious little belly rubs. What was the significance of that? Like, does it remind him of Joshua or something? Because I don't see it. Like, is it supposed to be like some reminiscence of the Pheonix, which is Joshua? Because if it is, I don't see it. Let's give Torgal some belly rubs. Yeah, give him that good old chin scratch. Hold on, I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright,
Could I have done?
let's just do a little bit more moving around, and get a grasp of this area, just to see what I can do. Why does it look like there's one of those Halloween decorations right there? Oh, it's a Rosarian flag. I feel horrible for saying that one. I thought it was one of those weird, like, ghoul Halloween decorations. You know, there for a second anyways.
Clive.
Yeah. That's not who you're thinking it
there
is,
anyone who can tell me what
Clive.
happened? I have to know.
Yeah, that's clearly not who you're thinking it is. I think that might be Joshua. Because if it is who Clive thinks it is, which is that other hooded figure, then Jill and Torgal wouldn't have been able to see him. For reasons you'll learn later. So,
Nowhere to be
yeah.
seen.
Damn it! He's like a bloody eel.
What is this place, anyway? Some sort of shrine?
Oh, sorry. You've never been here before. This is the Hall of the Gate.
The gate?
It's a relic of the Fallen. Only the Phoenix's dominant can open it.
Maybe Clive
Hence
can open
the
it
castle's
too.
name. This
Since,
was where
you know,
Joshua
he's
was
also
supposed to-
dominant of fire. So maybe he can open up that gate too.
Yes.
And also, he was
He would
from
have stepped through
Rosaria,
this door the next
and
morning.
one of the
This
attempts
is the words
to
of our
get the
ancestors.
Phoenix dominant. You know? So it would only make sense that he
Would
would
you have
also be
gone
able
with
to
him?
open it. So yeah.
No. The apodatory is holy ground. None but the dominant may enter. I and the other shields would have stood guard here, and prayed for my brother's safe return. Where the hell did he go?
Perhaps he went inside.
He couldn't have. He'd need the power
Come
of
on,
the
put your
Phoenix.
hand on that crystal, Clive. That's the only place to check. You know? And you're the only one that would make sense to have the ability to open it. Since you were also I believe it's stated that Clive is like an attempt for the Phoenix. But then he ended up getting Ifrit. You know, like you've seen in previous videos. So yeah. Let's just see what I can do here. Just to keep moving. Yeah, it honestly makes way too much sense for Clive to also be able to open that door, considering he is dominant of fire as well.
Joshua.
I mean,
Sure about this?
it only makes sense that you were able to open up that gate, considering,
Nevermore.
you know, like I've already mentioned, for reasons I've already mentioned. So yeah. Let's just see what I can do here. Hopefully I can save. Hold on, I'm gonna check and see if I can save here. Yep, I can. Alright, I know that this was a little bit of a shorter video, not by much, but still by some. But either way, I'm going to end today's videos here. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.